How do you relate to stress? Is it something that cripples you? Is it something to be feared and avoided? Or is it something that excites you and thrills you? Is it something that sharpens the mind? Is it something that provokes you to do something that is different and outside of your comfort zone and learn something new? There's a lot of evidence recently which suggests that the way that we interpret stress dramatically affects the way that we are impacted by it. So that sensation of the throat constricting, the palms getting sweaty, the shortness of breath, that feeling can be interpreted in many different ways. Consider being on a roller coaster versus in front of 100 people speaking. Same physiological symptoms, very, very different experience. So how can we use that knowledge to actually help us to deal with stress? We're bombarded by social media, psychological messaging, medical messaging, that stress is terrible. And certainly there is evidence, ample evidence, that it can affect mental health, it can affect physical health. But there's also evidence that it has a lot to do with the way that you were brought up, in terms of your relationship with stress, what you were told and taught in terms of what stress is, and what you receive on a daily basis. And at the moment, social media is full of that stress is negative and needs to be eliminated from life, at least in my experience anyway. And I think there's some truth to that. But I think it's worth just pushing back a little bit and saying there is an opportunity here for us to embrace and accept that stress is part of life. That certainly, if you're up to anything, if you're trying to do something difficult in life, if you want to grow and learn, there is pain associated with that. And that stress is the precursor to any kind of growth, whether it be physical, emotional, spiritual. So my challenge to you this week is to identify an area of life that you have not been playing in, whether it be speaking in front of people, whether it be going for a jog or going to the gym. Identify that area and go and do it and experience those sensations, and maybe challenge yourself to actually put a smile on your face and experience them in a thrilling way, in a way that sharpens you, because it's not going away. So that's my thought for the week. I hope you have a great week, and I'll speak to you next week.